Alright, this time for real. We are finishing the SPOM and finishing the suits. Welcome back to the 5th episode of the Relearning Oxygen Not Included series, where we try and fail and learn. Also, where's my Draco? Maybe first let's start with a little bit of a recap. So we have a SPOM here and it's planned out mostly, and yeah, the goal for today is to get water there and get oxygen out. Ooh, we have a working forge, so we will have our first suits. Maybe in the next episode we'll look into this hot water and cold water. How do we mix them and get moderately cold water or moderately hot water? Well, acceptable temperature water. Okay, so here are the 3 first suits. That is just amazing. So we can continue here with... Oh yeah, refined metal. Well... Anyways. I think that looks amazing. This will require some wiring and definitely some oxygen, so we can do it like this. Put insulated pipe here, and that is... Okay, seems like I have used that wall already for hydrogen, which is not a big deal. And we will continue like this. And we will require a bridge here. Maybe we need a dedicated transformer for that. Maybe we do. Let's have one. And where do we put it? How about here? And we'll have a transformer, just like that. Let's be laser focused this time and see what we need in this SPOM. Let's try and play with priorities a little bit. Alright, and while the guys are building, I think maybe it's the right time for us to check whether everything is okay, layer by layer. So we'll go with electricity here. All the generators are hooked up. We have a smart battery to control things, and then we have a couple of transformers to feed the electrolyzers. So these guys will convert the water that is coming in here into oxygen and hydrogen, and then this pump will pump out hydrogen, and these 6 ones will pump out the oxygen. And each can capture 5 kilos of oxygen, so 2 produces 10 kilos, and that is 1 batch of oxygen that fits 1 tile of gas pipe. So that is covered except for one part, actually. That is, we need to start this thing initially, and I think we would need a coal generator right there, or maybe 2. So all of this is going to happen, and I think that is just fine. Then we continue with other things. Piping comes in here and pipes the water just like we wanted, with a minor exception that it does not flow. Well, because these are not built yet, but then very soon this will all happen. Then what? Then we have the gas pipes, and here we're definitely we wanted the hydrogen that was coming out of electrolyzers to go here and do a little bit of a temperature exchange. Let me know if it makes sense. I think it probably does. Maybe it doesn't. Anyway, so the hydrogen just goes here, it flows, it feeds the it feeds the generators, and the generators feed the whole SPOM. Beautiful. Oh, decor. Well, we don't care about the decor here, but it looks bad. Oh, the automation things. So we have a wire here and here, and actually, yeah, we can fit it like this, and we'll disconnect the wire when we don't need it. But for now, it is just fine. So first, we will have to get rid of all the gases that are here, so all the oxygen, and we'll just need to enable all the gas pumps. No, actually first we need to disable all of that. So let's do it like this. And then we'll enable all of them so that we pump out and have just pure vacuum here. And then we'll have to adjust the values to make them something reasonable. I hope all of that makes sense. And yeah, in general, it's not that complicated, not that complex of a build, I would say. And in the meantime, we can check on our checkpoints. Or they're not being built. That is also fine, I guess. And once we're done with this, we can supply oxygen here to this station or checkpoint and docks, and then we can wear suits, and then we can deal with all the extreme temperatures here and extreme temperatures there. And we'll have the supply of water that we will be able to feed back to the SPOM, and then we're good in terms of oxygen for a very good while. Uh-oh. No, this is bad. This is very, very bad. We do not want these to work, so let's disable them for the moment. I think that's probably the fastest thing to do. Do I not have enough duplicants? Why is everything taking forever? Or maybe it's just me being impatient. Could also be the case. It's very likely. That guy. Actually, can we put a grooming station here? That would be nice. Oh, bristle blossoms. These guys need some light, which we can conveniently place here. And that will be helpful. Bristle blossoms combined with whatever the mushrooms are can actually be some type of a nice food. So now we have grooming station. Oh, look at this. Very nice staple. Yeah, we'll have to set up the kitchen, and we will also set up a deep freezer here. Maybe I should have planned for it a bit more, or maybe it's just not the right time yet. I guess it isn't. Now the serious question though is, can we get more duplicants now? How are we doing on food? That number looks stable, right? And we would only think of another duplicant if it was growing. Okay, so that basically means we eat as much as we produce, and we cannot afford any more duplicants. We'll have to fix that. Open and close them, that probably is slowing people down. Although jumping over it probably also slows them down. Anyways. Okay, what else do we have here? Why are the pumps taking so long? Actually, that is surprising. Do they require some special skill? I don't know. And maybe we could schedule one more cleanup here. Okay, we can safely enable these now. And we will. We're almost done. We're missing like a couple of buildings here and yeah, we're good to go. Except for we still don't have any water. And maybe we should. I heard electrolyzers don't work without water. But we are getting very, very close. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, these things, you are not supposed to be working. What's wrong with you? Oh, alright. That is somewhat unfortunate. Yeah, that is definitely unfortunate. We can fix that, though. I think it's also sort of priming the area anyway. Yeah, well, some hydrogen will probably escape a little bit here, but that is not a big deal. Oh, it has escaped already. Still not a big deal. Super. And now, of course, I don't want all of that. Let's check out the printing pod here. That is a mechatronics engineer. Oh. Oh, whoa, whoa. That is so tempting. It is so tempting. Yeah, let's go. I think we can afford it. Except for, yeah, we'll need some type of a room. And we haven't planned any rooms here. Well, that is going to be a room. A barrack. I don't know though, if it's gonna be enough, is it? What's the minimal room size? That is 12, and we'll get like what, 16? Yeah, that's good. 16 is just fine. All of that is looking very, very exciting. Very, very promising. So now we can seal this. Also very, very quickly. And then we'll go. Okay. So here our goal is to get rid of this carbon dioxide. I don't know if it makes sense to enable just this first. Should probably get rid of this carbon dioxide. So yeah, there was some damage done to the generators, but that is fine for now. And we will also need to detach these things. The coal generators. Yes. Here. Detached. Perfect. So now, in theory, that will eventually become autonomous. And, oh yeah, so we have the water, obviously, because that was already working, so that is all working as intended. That is great. We'll have to work with maybe water from up here, but we'll also need to find a way to properly route it. Alright, what do we have now? What do we have in the pipes here? Ooh, that is so unfortunate. We have, or I have, in this case. I have forgotten about the bridges. We can fix that, no problem. Don't think it will mess with any of our gas situations here. And maybe we could also have gas vents somewhere on the base and where it would make sense. So how about we start with some oxygen here? Would this work? Yeah. As low as, yeah, I guess as low as here is just fine. Or there, maybe? Is it better? Yeah, let's go here. So that would be one, and then this feels like another one, and that is probably good enough for now. Oh, what have I done? Have I just killed a plant? Oh, that is unfortunate. Okay. We'll have to deal with that later. We can still plant. Because we have that beautiful critter here. I'll just continue here, build that, and continue here, and actually prefer it this way. This probably messes up some things anyway. Okay, this is no longer a park anyway, and all of this is going to be taken care of. How are we doing in oxygen? Actually not so well, which then only means that this is going to be very, very helpful very, very soon. We will have a bit of a challenge with temperature. I think we will, yeah. So this will be coming out hot, and it will be making all of this very hot eventually. And maybe we want to reroute some of this also. But we can also take that later. Let's just seal and start. This one's ready to be launched, no? What would you say? Yeah. So just works perfectly fine. Launch. Bam. Oh yeah, so here we want to have some number. So if there's a bit of oxygen here, then start pumping it, and if it's same for this one, and then a little bit more of hydrogen here. No, actually, so if there's more than a certain amount, then pump it, and yes. And yes. Okay. Alright. So if there's enough hydrogen, then pump it. And then it goes to all the gas pipes here and makes it all the way to the generators that feed the battery and then feed the whole SPOM thing. And then if there is also a certain amount of oxygen, then we start the pumps, and then they feed our base with oxygen. And this one's not working the way I expected it to work, I feel. Anyways. So these gas vents can go. They were intended to vacuum out this area and let all the unwanted gases out, but it seems like we haven't had any unwanted gases, which is just fine. So we can get rid of these vents and feed our base with oxygen. Look at this. I think it's getting better already. Okay, so the The automation we have explained. If there's oxygen, we pump it out. If there's hydrogen, we pipe it out. And if the battery is low, then we turn on the hydrogen generators, and we already see some of the gases, actually some of the gas stacking up here, which means it will eventually be just stored in these pipes, and there will be some excess amount of it, so it will have to go here and be burned here, which is fine. We have enough electricity consumers at this point, so it will not be wasted. We'll have to invent some temperature management very soon, maybe in the next episode or the one after that. And we also have hydrogen being pumped out here, and it goes and feeds our suits, which is just great. So we will soon be able to get out of the base. And the liquid lock, let's have some liquid. Ideally that wouldn't be water, that would be something better fitted. Like more temperature, as in more temperature resistant. I guess it's just fine for now. Oh, this one is getting toasty, huh? Okay. Maybe we can seal this off as well. Maybe we prioritize getting rid of some of these things inside and then we seal it off. Oh, whoa. Okay, I think we're asking for trouble here. But of course, sure, why not? Ooh, our first one was out there. Although running in the suits actually requires quite a bit of strength, so we'll have to be selective or very picky about whom we let out and whom we do not. So we have the setup where we have the checkpoint and a couple of docks, or 4 of them, and we are feeding some oxygen right there. I'm not exactly sure why it's so slow. Would expect to be more oxygen fed there. It's like one pipe feeding 4. Oh, there's a vent that is still working. That I did not see for sure, and I think we can fix that. Alright, anyways, so this one's working, and we'll get the liquid lock for the base, and it will also work just fine. And oh, there's already some excess amount coming in and being burned. There is starvation warning. I don't know why. There's probably a very good reason. I'm just not aware of it. That marks the end of the episode, and the next time we need to tap into this natural gas geyser for electricity. I think it's more sustainable than coal. We'll need to diversify the sources a bit. We need this water and with this water to be a sustainable source of water for our SPOM, but also base in general. Then, since we have the suits, we can afford digging up the planetoid quite a bit. So let's explore and see what we have. And yeah, and ranching, I think that would also be a very good thing to get back to. Oh, and of course the temperature management. I think that's probably one of the main next points. Thanks for watching. If you have any ideas or thoughts on what we should prioritize next, please do comment. And otherwise, like, subscribe, and see you in the next one.